I think we are live. We are live. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. What's up, everybody? We are live. This is another YouTube episode, The Art of Sound, baby. I'm your host, Ella, and today focus is workflow in Maschine Studio. So I know it seemed like I failed to. It seemed like I neglected my Maschine community, but I'm still here. I'm still here. I still work out of it. I just haven't put up any new videos or stream live about it. A lot of people has been asking me many questions over, I don't know, ever since the last time I did anything in Maschine. So the focus a lot lately has been my workflow in Studio One because I do a lot. I do a lot of mixing. If I need to put music together, I use Studio One, but I also use Maschine Studio for all of my, making beats. So while we're live, I hope you guys can hear me. My audio is good. Just to let you guys know that uh I am streaming uh twice, I guess. I got my Periscope going and I'm streaming live on YouTube. So some of the questions that will be coming in, I will be looking at you guys from my YouTube channel and Periscope questions as well. So you guys bear with me if I don't get to your question fast enough. I have quite a bit going on at the same time, which is pretty cool. I'm excited about that. Um, so let me. Okay, so I got the questions. I got the questions. All right, push button is up on this. Okay, can you hear me? Just making sure I am heard. So when I show you guys my screen, you might see a little bit of questions on the side like that. So like bear with me so I can uh you know, I'm doing two things at the same time. So I just want to make sure I cater to everybody. All right. So basically, the whole purpose of these videos is just to show you guys basic techniques as to how music production is done. You know what I mean? And so, like, a lot of people have asked me, is it worth getting a Maschine or which one should I get? And like my answer to that question is Maschine, all models of the Maschine, whether it's the MK1, the MK2, the Micro, the Maschine Studio, all of them are the same thing. They all do the same exact thing, all right? There is no difference. However, when you look at the device, there are definitely differences, but in terms of what these devices can do, there is no difference at all. They all do the same thing. They all can achieve the same exact thing. If you want to sample, you can use any device to achieve that goal. You know what I mean? They all have 16 pads. You can control the big knob, your volume knob. You can maneuver around the different menus. It's just different ways to do it. The Micro is small. It's probably the smallest one on the market for a Maschine, and that's obviously probably the most. I don't know I would say the most challenging way of doing things, but if it's the size that matters the most, definitely a Micro would be small enough for you guys or whatever. But if you want something where the workflow is like rewarding, then I would suggest getting a Maschine Studio. Yeah, the cost is it's a lot more, but I mean the Maschine Studio is bigger. You know what I mean? And like I could definitely do my thing off of an MK1, but because this is bigger, it has color. You guys seen the machine. I don't need to show you guys a picture, but it has two screens. They are a little bit bigger than the MK1 or the MK2. Everything is in color. You can see pictures and things like that. The knobs are touch sensitive, so as I touch the knob, there are things that will pop up. You can see, the different parameters, even before you scroll. You know what I'm saying? I love that about this here. You could do that. You could definitely achieve that here. Um, Trying to see something because I changed that. Now I kind of did like a little customization to the machine. But anyway, the whole point is that they all the same. You know what I'm saying? You can achieve all the same thing. They all work off of the same program, which is Maschine 2.0 point whatever. I don't know what is the latest version. The version I have now currently is, drum roll please. All right, this mode. Okay, the version is 2.4. So we on 2.4 currently. That's what I have on my system. It may be a later version. I don't know, but whatever. Any questions? Questions coming in right now. Yes, you good. I bounced off Periscope. Cool. All good. Yes, King. I don't have a drum machine, but I'll support it. Absolutely. Blessed day. 100,000. I hope you mean that one day I'll have 100,000 followers or $100,000 in my banking account. I hope that's what you mean, Mr. Dodds. That's what's up. The studio has the mixer, big difference. Yes, yes. The mix, okay. When we talk about stuff like that, like as far as what you can see, it's definitely a difference. But I still say that it's really not that big of a difference because you can achieve. See, I was mixing on the machine even before this came out on the MK1. It was just more so like what I'll do is I'll hit a pad and just hold down the pad and then go to my volume knob and turn it up. And that's how I was doing mixing. And it was like a little window. I forget what window it is where I can go and adjust the panning and the volume. I was doing all of that before this came out. But the Maschine Studio, it definitely implements that capability. You know what I mean? That's like a big feature now. Now there is a dedicated mix knob or whatever. You can, and then you can also definitely see that section in the on your actual the software here. I have dedicated mixer function here, and I can go between them just by hitting shift and navigate. So if I want to see the notes as they come in right here. And guys, I'm not going to go that deep into the Maschine Studio here. There's a course I put together for you guys that goes really deep into it, showing you guys from step one to using it as a plugin in whatever DAW that you're using. I just so happen to be using Studio One at the moment, but I mean it's the concept is the same. Most DAWs can take plugins, third-party plugins, whatever, right? All right, so there hasn't been a new firmware for Maschine Studio, right? Not to my knowledge, but if you just purchase the machine, there probably is a new firmware update, and that firmware update is what allows it to be touch sensitive, where you can touch the knob, the different the knob. I'm looking for a special name to call it. It's just the dang on knob. It's just the knob. The knob, all right? The knob, it allows you to touch the knob, and different things you can see other parameters pop up just by the touch of the knob, in your screen or whatever. Now, that's one thing that you can't see on a MK1, MK2, the micro, those type of things. I mean, the Maschine Studio is definitely nicer. But in terms of workflow and what you can do, this is really what I'm really talking about. They are all the same. So when you go to my website, ksound.com/ASU, when you go there, you're going to see a course there that says Learning Maschine. So when you look at that, you say, hey, he got a Maschine Studio. I just had an MK1. It's cool because it's all the same. All right. It's really no difference. Yeah, speaking into existence, Mr. Don, I see that $100,000 in my account. That's what's up. You're gonna be the guy that's gonna put it there too. How about that? For that to happen, that means you're gonna be blessed, brother. So that's what's up. Gosh, you're so handsome. That's my wife, guys. I told y'all I was streaming on my Periscope as well, and I have my wife that's watching me, which is awesome. The 2.0 update gives you the Chord feature. Yes, it does. It does. I guess it does. I guess it does kind of benefit, but I think you could still do that. Well, you speaking of 2.0. Yes, my bad. I'm thinking hardware. Yes, the software definitely gives you all of the great features. And again, you can do this using the MK1. You can do all of this stuff. When you're talking about chord features, and that's, let me see if I can remember how to do that. It's been a while since I did that. Let's see, is it pad mode? Because I don't really use the chord progression, but it's a pretty nice feature though. I just don't remember how to do that. Okay, you got to be in note repeat. I think that's right. Note repeat, and then see when I touch, it gives me 16s, 32s. Like it gives me these different things I can choose from. Like I can see everything that is in front of me before I even turn the knob. So that's the good thing about having the Maschine Studio. That is. Okay, so I'm trying to get to the chord part. Let's see. What are y'all saying? Go to the pad mode, then note repeat, then chord. I did that. Pad mode. Or is it okay? Keyboard. Thank you, sir. Mr. Unk Ant, man, appreciate that help, man. You are a genius. I knew that, but I don't use it. I rarely use that function. But that's dope though. Like that would be one of the reasons why you would need the Maschine, because it does stuff like that. A lot of you guys don't know how to play. I don't either, but I know how to find the notes. But that's fine. Okay, I need to turn my note repeat off. That's probably what's going on. Let's see. What did I do? I don't want my note repeat on. I had shift note repeat. That's why I was doing that. Duh. Okay. There we go. So if I change, so I have to be in pad mode, like Mr. Unk said. Push button. That's a better name for you. Push button. Push button. Everybody, push button is the man. Just dropped in real quick. I follow your work. Keep it up. Appreciate that, Curtis. Appreciate that. I want the Maschine Studio, but I swear soon as I get I get anything and they drop another. I'm really thinking they will, man. Like, um, yeah, yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be pretty soon. That's going to be pretty soon. But you know, until then. All right, so okay, we're going to turn the chord on here, which is pretty cool. When you can change between major, minor, and then you can go suspended. That's probably a terrible instrument to. Okay, I'm pressing buttons, and y'all like my Periscope people like, what is going on? We can't hear nothing. Okay. I tried to see how I can do this without like feeding into my mic or whatever, but okay, anyway. But that's just hitting one pad. What triggered these chords, right? Major 7, a dominant 7, you got minor 7 flat 5, you got augmented, you got diminished chords in here, you got quartal, and you got trichord. Like you can switch between the different octaves, perfect 4, perfect 5. You know what I mean? Let's go to chord set. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm probably not in the right instrument that kind of explain this a little bit in depth like I want to, because I'm trying to create something. But I'm gonna show you guys like a workflow. Like you can get things going and just keep going. Now keep in mind that this is not a linear way of production. All right, it's like a loop. This is a groove box. All right, a groove box. So what, you know, everything is gonna loop. Everything is already, let's see, by default everything is set to 4 bars, I believe. So if I hit record here, yeah, 4 bars. So it's giving me 4 bars by default. I think you could change that, but it's gonna loop back and forth, and then the whole point is to add as much stuff as you want to in that 4 bar range, and then if you know go into to the next 4 bars, you have to either duplicate your patterns or create a new scene and build another pattern. It's really complicated at first, but once you get the hang of it, you can see how this can be a very powerful tool to have in your arsenal when creating music or whatever. Once again, I want to thank everybody in their support. I got 17 people watching me now on YouTube. Thank you guys. I got 3 likes. That's what's up. I appreciate all the support, the love, man. Y'all is awesome. I got 16 people watching me on Periscope. For my Periscope buddies, if y'all watching, man, I appreciate you guys. If you share this with your Twitter or however, Facebook or whatever. Also swipe up, left, down, backwards. I don't know, however, Android, iPhone, whatever device you're using to watch me. Please follow me. I appreciate it. I'm gonna do a better job and scoping a little more. My YouTube people, I appreciate you guys. If you're not following me, subscribe. Boom, boom, whatever. Man, this is what's up. I appreciate you guys. All right, let's just dive into it. I'm just gonna come up with something. I'm not a keyboard player, but who cares? Who cares? You don't need to be a keyboard player in order to do this type of stuff because this is what it's all about. They made it easy for us. You know what I'm saying? Let's too fast. So I'm going to tap to one. Wait, is that right? I got it locked. Okay. Let's see. Let's get out of that mode. Come on, get out. I gotta unlock a mode. No, that's not it. That's not it either. I was hitting the wrong button the whole time. What's going on? What's going on? Tap tempo, baby. Again, I just use the machine as a plug-in inside the Studio One most of the time. So I you know, don't tell nobody that. Please don't tell nobody that. The struggle is real. That's what's up though. It's like it's coming back to me though. You know what I'm saying? It's coming back to me. It's coming back to me, y'all. Y'all, hey, don't judge me. All right. I hope y'all can hear that. I don't know if everybody can hear that. All right. Let me just play with it for a while because the lagging. Okay, let's undo the. Okay. All right. Let's figure out what note we're gonna use. That's kind of fast to me. 3, 4. What type of music are you making? It's going to be more so in the trap realm. I'm gonna slow it down because that's not the speed I want to go. And the way to do that is you hit Shift Tap to get it precise because it was 106.11. Now I'm gonna undo the not undo, but I'm gonna take my finger off the shift and just hit tap, hold tap, and then I can take my BPM down to 100. Let's see what 100 sound like. Let's go to 99. 95. Somebody says about 62 BPM. What's that about? All right, now, I got blue pads, and they not as great as I thought they were. So my as you can customize your machine, I was trying to do something different. These are the original pads, and I'm not going to really say where I got these pads from, but I kind of don't like them. I was looking for pads that give me that softer touch or whatever, and it's about the same, whatever. Add some delay. Um, yeah, I'm gonna add, yeah, that might be a good idea, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I'm just, um, I'm gonna go to my group A, and I was trying to build my drum kick before I came on live, but that didn't happen. My Periscope family wanted me to just like stay live and do stuff. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. I love these live shows. That's what's up. Wesley, I quit my job at the mall after 5 years to do my thing full time. Wow, that's awesome. That's what's up, man. That's like motivating, man. I got somebody on here who quit their job to go full time in music. I think that's what you're talking about. That's not trap. That's a yay area hyphy. Um, I'm waiting for the big gig. Okay, you guys talking to each other. It's not trap. It's not trap yet. But wait till I drop the beat. Wait till I drop the beat. You're gonna see why it's trap. you can't. You really can't judge beat like that's. This is where music is now. Like music goes wherever it goes, and pretty much like a most of the times the beat is really the style of the music is a lot of times is determined by the beat. You know what I mean? I just put in something that's actually a pluck sound that I put in. But wait till I find the other stuff that I want to put in here. Let's see. Let's find the other stuff, man. All right, let's go. Is it samples? Yeah, samples. I don't want to be in anything right now. Let's go to kick. So I can keep this rolling. Turn off my metronome. I like the Miami kicks in here, so I'm gonna just kind of scroll to that. Or I could just simply go to my subs. I think it's in subs. I think it's in subs. I have so many kicks, it's crazy. That's why, there we go. Mega synth, huh? Nah. Nah. Okay, so when creating a kick, like 808, if I got an 808, right? A lot of times, like when you're dealing with samples, the samples will kind of like decay all the way out. You know what I mean? But the way I get around that is by going to my type and I go to ADSR, and I can control like my release. I don't know if y'all can see that. And then I'm gonna turn my if I go to pad mode, I'm gonna turn on my fixed velocity. That way, every time I hit it, it's just right there. So no matter how hard or soft I hit the pad. So now I'm going to go to keyboard mode, which is by selecting your shift and your keyboard. You go to your keyboard mode. Let's lock this pad in here. Okay. Now I can play with the notes. Or I can use my keyboard. You know what I mean? If you got a keyboard MIDI, it makes it easier to do it. But if you got only your machine to do stuff from, you know. Or you can use a keyboard. So I'm just trying to get the note right in my head. Two. It's kind of where I want to go. Da, 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 da. Okay, so this note, we're gonna bring an octave down, and you can also edit this by hitting events, going to your events. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but on my Maschine, the Maschine is a very powerful tool, and I hate that I can't show y'all. Y'all can't really see what I'm doing, but like you can do everything you want to do just by using the Maschine. So if I want to change the notes, I can do that just by going to events, and I had to toggle over using my cursor tool and select the note that I want to. So for instance, and then just hit your note. You know, that's a good thing about Maschine. Honest, bro, the melody needs change. It's kind of weird. Yeah, you know, everybody got their opinion. It's all good, man. Oh, not that one. The whole purpose of these, you know, videos that I do is just to show techniques. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not on here trying to like show y'all how to make hits, anything like that. I'm just showing techniques and how to work Maschine. You know what I'm saying? And I just come up with stuff on the fly or whatever. You know, and that's just really the goal. You know what I mean? And if you guys got questions, you know, I'll answer them, whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to sound like an asshole right now. It's just you know, I have people, you know, with all types of opinions, whatever. I mean, I can't really get it according to most people liking. You know what I'm saying? I can only do my best, if that makes any sense, and showing you guys like how to do stuff, how to make stuff real quickly. You know, that's kind of the whole point. You know what I mean? So I mean, if the melody sounds weird to you, I apologize. I mean, you know, I just trying to show you something, like how to do stuff. You know what I mean? That's really the goal. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm doing on here. You know what I mean? That's the whole goal behind it. Stay blessed, K. We appreciate you, big on me. Thanks for the help. Um, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate y'all for coming out. All right, let's continue. I can't get the bass right though. All right, let's come out of keyboard mode and all right, let's go for a well, you got so many claps. Like what do you go for? Like Yeah, I'm gonna probably go for a kick. Also, another way to get to like the mixer. Again, another thing I was doing on the MK1 is by like going to sound here. It's like a button over here, dedicated button to sound. You hit sound, and then you control your big knob here and turn up and down the pad. Just so depending on the pad that you're on, you can. So you don't always have to be in the mixer window. So it's really dope. Like to get to everywhere, it's like a few ways you can do just one thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really not feeling that kick, the 808 here. But for the purpose of just doing stuff, let's go to I think it's my, what is it? I think it might be, nah. I don't want to be in layered. Let's go back to kick. Sometimes layer has some good stuff in there. I just have so much stuff. Crazy. But what I usually do when I'm creating stuff like this, where there's 808 kicks or whatever, I'll typically go for like something weak sounding, if that makes sense. Something like that. But it's all about the attack that you need in the front end. It don't need to be heavy. Yeah, something like that. So an 808X1, this is what I have. So for right now, I'm going to mute my first kick. I was in browse. It won't record if you in browse. It's crazy, right? And I do not like the claps. But the good thing about that is I can just switch them out anytime. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know how the audio sound, cause it's like it's coming in through two different sources I'm looking at right here, and it's not. Y'all talking about the panorama? Yeah, that's gonna be one of those things I don't know about. I don't have the panorama, but that is a dope keyboard. I'm sure it works with Studio One. I'm sure it does. Yeah, but I have the I have the Nectar Impact LX49. It's real simple. It's got was it 8 faders? Well, yeah, 8 faders and one master, so a total of 9. And I got knobs and pads on it. Wow, that's crazy. These pads feels a little bit softer than these. Anyway, not gonna talk about that. Let's do something with that clap or that, I don't know. I don't want to clap. let's go for a snap, which seems to be in my, I believe, I want to say that's collapse. It might be in my collapse. Yep, it is. Snaps. So let's go for that. And then I'm gonna turn back on my snare or clap. Sounds good. Cool. Thanks. Me too. Don't use the fader. Yeah, I don't use anything on the keyboard actually. If I if I need to do anything where I need to use the faders or the knobs, it will be for animating purposes or whatever. But like even then, I know how to go inside of Studio One and kind of go straight to that automation parameter that I need to change. Um, and I just do it like that, I guess. Now check this out. I'm gonna show y'all a way to get reverb on the clap. There's two ways you could do it, which is awesome. One way you could do it is, but see, you got to be careful. And that's one of those things where, like, if you don't know what you're doing in Maschine, you can definitely overwrite stuff. So if you put anything on the pad that you're using, you can definitely overwrite. You know, so like you're using an effect. You think, oh, effect, I'm just putting on an effect, but you got to think like Maschine works a little bit different in that respect. You have to actually, like, if you go to browse and you go to your effects section and you want to try a effect or whatever, you can't just go ahead and add that on there. You actually have to go to like I had to click MIDI channel. No, I don't even have to do that. Sorry. Just click on before you go to the browse. Obviously, you got to click on. It's like it's in your right. It's in your right window. You got to make sure you click over on a empty window. Otherwise, you will overwrite. So if you guys can see that, let me see if I could. If can you see that on the screen? Okay, so if you're looking at the screen, yeah, if you're looking at the screen, you probably can't see that. Only thing you can see is the fact that the sampler is going to the plus sign, which is cool. That's good enough. So on the sample, if I was to overwrite, if I was to add an effect, it's not going to just add the effect to it. It's going to overwrite that sample. So you need to go to a new screen and then go to your browse and then go for the effect that you're trying to look for. And that's just how it works. That's so if I want to add a reverb, I can do it that way, or I can use the bus auxiliary method. I can put a reverb on any pad. I can go to any group and just kind of bus or bust that channel or that pad over to that. That's most likely what I usually do because I it's kind of like how I do things in Studio One. Like you have everything bust over it. Like if I want reverb, there's no need to have. You can also put a reverb on an entire group. You can do that as well, but there's no need for me to like put reverb on every single pad. Because it definitely slows down the process. It'll definitely slow you down. But I'll put like say for instance, I'll put a reverb on pad 16 just for instance, and then I'll bust over it, and then I can also control how much reverb is going that I'm sending to it, which is pretty dope. So let's find a reverb. Say for instance the RC48, which is something I use quite often. Uh, which one I like to use? Let's just pick a drum bus and see how that sounds. So I'll put a reverb on my 16th pad, which is all. It kind of act as a it kind of act as a instrument, you know what I mean, on a pad on its own. And a lot of times I'll go in and kind of color it or whatever, and which is a really dope feature in Maschine because like if I was to do it that way, I now know there's no mistaken or mistakes as to why did I do that? I just muted everything. Let's get everything back. All on. None, all on, none on. It's cool. Like, you got different ways to do stuff. So for instance, I'll go here and change the color to something that's different from everything else. Let's go even more extreme than that. Let's go for a blue. Bam. How could you get that mistaken with everything else? So now that I have my pad is lit blue, that's my reverb. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't mistake that with anything else. Okay, cool. So blue is my reverb. And so this is my clap. It's right there in your face, boom. But I want to add a little wetness to it. How do I do that? Go to channel MIDI here, and then go to, no, I leave that like that. I have to go toggle over to the next page. I have to go to aux. Can y'all see that? Okay, aux 1. Then we can go to that pad, and next to that knob is the level, so I can control how much going. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all hear that on Periscope? Let's exaggerate so y'all can hear it. Yeah, so and like as usual, like I never like just roll like that. I always add more to it. So obviously I'm gonna go and grab another snap or a clap or like another sound, and let's see what that sounds like. I don't like that. Or you can always go to a snap that already have a reverb built in. You can always do that too. I like that. And then I'm just gonna bring it under, like. And then everything else, like once you got everything else, I like to tweak everything. So that's why it takes me a little longer to get everything. Like I should have been created the beat, but I like to just do all type of stuff. And then there's just so many sounds in here that you can pick from, and it's like, that's why Native Instrument add favorites. Now you can select your favorites and just go to your favorite stuff. So, you know, if you take the extra time out and create favorites, then you can just go straight to the kit that you use or something you made up yourself. You know what I mean? Or you can create templates for yourself. There's all types of ways you can do things. Now, I'm not really sure why some of my instruments does that, but what I found was sometimes it's placed wrong. I don't know if you guys deal with that. Like you go into the browser and you find something you like, okay, I want to go for that sound, right? But then once I click out of browse to go ahead and insert it, it's like, okay, what happened to my sound? Well, like the range on the keyboard is a little bit different, and I had to adjust that one time. I believe it's in your, if I'm not mistaken, it's in your sample, and you got to go to zone. No, not that. And I'm just trying to remember what I did the last time. I usually stay away from instruments like this, but like you can change the range. I can't remember how to do that. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it either. Can't remember, but I know you do go, you do come here and change the zone or whatever. Or sometimes what I'll do is I'll go and change the pitch on it. So you just hold down the pad and then start turning down your toggle. And you can do that. But if it still don't sound the best, I'll just go. I just forgot how to do that though. But it does happen. It don't happen a lot, but there's like some instruments that happens to. Okay. Let's go for that. Let's take that back. There we go. And just for just doing something different, um, I'll go to C for laying down keys, and you can also label stuff in here like you need to. Man, y'all having a good conversation over here. Y'all having a real good conversation. Um, so let's see what else. Running out of time. I just want to kind of get this in right quick before I leave. Uh, uh, I guess this is where I could I don't know, test out chords or something. But I don't think I don't think the chorus is gonna. I can if I work with it, like if I play around with it to get what I'm looking for. But I kind of want to just like lay them down one by one. Um, Instruments. Let's see. Is what I'm looking for in here is let's go for massive. Uh, Um, synth miss, synth pads. I think I'd rather go with pads or something like that. The only thing that sucks about this is when you're looking for instruments, like if you're in the instrument area, you can't get a preview really quick like you can drums. And that's because drums are samples and these are samples you playing with, but it's not set up where like it's one sample, you know, like drums, you go to a clap, you can just scroll through that. It's just really like wave files, but these are different files we are working with here. So I can actually work with that right there. It's got this little space sound, but I could definitely um play around with something, I guess, huh? Nah, I don't like it. Let's see. I actually like that. It's just too slow. Let's okay, my release is quicker. I like that. I just like the attack to be just a tad bit quicker. I had a buddy who asked me about chords too. I should have told him I was going live because that's exactly what I'm doing, playing around with chords. All right. All right, so the cool thing about that, I just laid some chords, blah blah blah, right? And then so let's see where. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys. Um, Also, I can actually zoom in and out with my um on my machine. Actually, like I can like control what I'm looking at right here. If I go to navigate, and I can move stuff like this just using my machine, and I can zoom out just like that, and that's pretty cool. I just remembered that. I almost forgot it, but I remembered. So I was like, man, I clicked on navigate and it's like, okay, it's just numbers. I don't know what that means, and just bypass it. But yeah, that's how you would do that. So yeah, like everything you need to do can be controlled from your machine. That's just how dope this thing is, you know. So let's go to events here, and so what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to like I said, you can go to events and okay, I'm gonna click all because I want to actually Let me add this one note in here. I'm just thinking about it. That's all I want to do. All right, so let's click all. I'm gonna hit copy. Same thing you can do on the Maschine MK1, MK2. There's a, you just got to go different, you know, extra steps. You got to hit shift and one of the pads. It might say copy under that, but here it's just a dedicated button. It says copy, and so now I'm gonna just you know move my cursor. I think you guys can see that on YouTube. Yo, care for people trying to learn chords, I just chopped Odyssey from mix and key. It's basic, but it helps to teach basic structures and progression. That's what's up. 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 Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Anything to help the people out. You know what I'm saying? Anything to help the people out. Like just like the way I come up with chords or whatever, mine is probably different from other people. I can just hear them. I can hear where I want to go with it. If I need to go major or minor or augmented, or if I need a 7th chord or a 9th chord, I can usually hear that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of the way I've been doing things, you know. But there are different other methods. You know, there's a lot of guys sharing methods. So I mean, put that out there, let people know, you know, how to get on that. That's definitely what's up. Anything that helps people out, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? I just subscribed to you and saw that you had a vid on X32. I'm gonna watch it later. Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. I love Studio One, but right now I'm working the Maschine. So, okay. So what I did was I was able to copy that section right here, right? I've only did chords for 4 bars. No, 2 bars. And so I copy, and now I'm going to paste it to the next section. Boom. My job is done right now for 12 seconds at least. So let's play that. All right, let's change the sound and play with the sounds. I'm not, you know, it sounds spooky. You know what I mean? Like, what is that? What is he doing over there? So we're gonna just play around with the sound. I'm probably gonna change this because I'm not digging it. But if I can just like play around a little bit, kind of brighten it up some, so you guys can. Let's see what is this right here. Some instruments take a little longer than others. What is that? What is this? What's going on? No, we don't want that. There we go. You still need this chair. I had something going on. I liked it that. Why you stop? Oh, well, I think I know exactly what happened. Somehow, and this is what happens sometimes. If you do something, and I'm glad I made this mistake. If you do something and you find that like your beat is kind of like looping 4 bars at a time, and then after the 4th bar, it don't loop anymore. It's like it's going to the 5th bar, and it's like, what happened? That's because I somehow doubled my pattern. So now it's 8 bars, and I seen that, and I just neglected it or whatever. So if you guys see on the screen here, I have 8 bars on this pattern, which is we're gonna label this pad. How about we do that? Let's label it pad. And so I have 8 bars instead of the 4 bars that I have for my pattern, my other patterns. That's an easy fix. All I have to do is go to pattern and change my pattern lift back to 4. And now everything will sync up like usual. I like it, but I need to do some tweaking, obviously. All right, I'm hearing some arpeggiation type movements. Let's see, where can I get that? And that is probably where I'm going to use my chord section, where I can go and say, hey, let's get the arpeggiation thing going on. All right, so I just need to get it like another pluck sound from somewhere. You know, these blue pads is really bothering me. They're really bothering me. I thought they would be pretty cool, but like it's just kind of slowing me down. It's like that's like I'm over here like, what the heck is going on? Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of pad mode here, and can y'all kind of see where I'm going with this? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to achieve here. I'm just trying to come up with something that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It sounds cool. You know what I mean? It's not the best, whatever, but it's just showing you guys how you can just do stuff in the machine and it'd be dope or whatever. It's just really just the whole thing of like, me. It obviously takes me the longest to do stuff because I love tweaking stuff. I don't like just go with the stock sound. I like to just sound different. I don't know. That's just me. The end note overlaps and stops playing sometimes in notes. That's a good point. That's a good point. Um, that's really a good point. That's an excellent point, actually. Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. Especially for those, uh, like that happens a lot. Like when you playing with pianos or whatever. Um, yeah, that's actually a great point. That happens a lot, a lot. That really does. Like if you overlap, that's another thing that you might want to look into. Like when you creating stuff. Like if you wondering like where certain notes, why certain notes are not playing fully out or not hitting that note in certain areas of your song. That's because you have an overlapping note. I deal with that a lot. And then so like sometimes you have to kind of let off of a chord when the next beat comes around again. You know what I'm saying? So that's very important. Um, but right now I'm creating pads, and let's check my work. Let's see if I have any overlapping notes. Let's go to my piano roll here. Let's go to uh, my pad mode. Let's click keyboard, and let's just. Oh, wrong. What was that? Was that 5? Yeah, that was 5. My bad. Okay. All right. That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. That's really a good point. So let's solo that. Let's solo that. Well, let's solo the group because that's the only thing that's on there. So in my case, I'm only dealing with I'm dealing with a pad. You know what I'm saying? So like when your notes overlap using the pad or strings or something like that, you're okay. I want to say you're okay, but sometimes that happens. But if you're using like a piano, that's definitely an issue. Overlapping notes as far as like a pad or something like that is totally fine because that's actually what I wanted to do. So it kind of what is these notes right here is was I wouldn't really say that they're overlapping because it's like yeah they is a little bit like if we can zoom in just a little bit a tad bit more we can see that it's kind of overlapping each other. Okay, I guess it won't zoom in like that, but like you can kind of see oh there we go. You can kind of see it's overlapping each other like this right here. But I mean, I think that's totally fine. Or you can bring it back like this. You can just grab the edge of it. Any notes like this, if it's going over like a notes that's above it or whatever, you're totally fine unless Again, it just depends on what you're doing. Like if something is going past where it's supposed to in regards to sound, then you could definitely edit everything. You can also do the same exact thing as you saw me do on my screen inside of events on your actual machine. So on this here, no, y'all have to actually go to, what is it? Is it step mode? Yeah, you guys probably didn't even know what step mode was for. But basically, I could change the length of that note like this. That's what step mode is for. You can change the note, you can change the pitch. Wow, that's actually that's probably a better way to change pitches to stuff. I never really changed pitch that way, but I can select multiple notes at the same time as well. Like I can oh, I just did something. Let's undo that. I didn't want to delete anything, but I can select um multiple events at the same time. Like I can go and say, let's see, what are my parameters? I can click all. I can click them all, and I can change everything at the same time if I wanted to do that, but I don't want to do that. So let's unselect all of them. Yeah. So that's pretty much what I want to show you guys. Quantize, select all, and quantize. I don't really get into actually. Okay, let's talk about quantize now that we on that subject. Now quantize, I have mine automatically set to quantize. Some of you guys don't know how to do that. I think by default that happens, but um, when you need to quantize, I usually, let's see, where is that? Where is that? I forgot that menu. Okay, it's a shift record. Okay, shift grid, shift record brings up your metronome section. And I can, like, it's an auto on and an auto and off, obviously. I leave mine on auto on, so if you guys want yours to, I have mine working like an MPC. You guys know what the MPC is, right? Akai MPC. And when you program stuff in there, it's like everything just automatically locks in place automatically. Like you barely need to touch the quantize. But you can go in and turn the quantize off and be authentic about what you're inserting in your production, right? So I want to say I don't know if it's by default that it's off, but I have mine set to record. So every time I put in the beat, it automatically locks it in place with no problem. And I can also change the count in. So if I think by default it's 2 bars count in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You know what I mean? You you can choose how long you want your counting to be before the beat starts. I have mine set to 1 bar. I don't have all day, so mine's at 1 bar. And you can set the metronome level as well. You know, if your metronome you feel like it's too loud. Quantize record. No, I had that backwards at first. Okay, so your quantize on your next screen, and I'm just coming from the Maschine studio here. You have another screen that's dedicated to quantize. It's just the mode needs to be on record. Yeah. If it's none, then it won't. I said the auto on with, you know, I think it's the quantize is what determines if everything locks in place automatically instead of, but there is also a quantize button, dedicated button right here. If you have an MK1, MK2, that's probably listed under your pads. You know what I mean? And there's a 50% quantize, which is pretty cool. Like, so if you're doing stuff, like if I'm doing stuff using piano stuff, I don't quantize. I turn my quantize off. So what I usually do is I'll go to my events, no, not events, but grids, and I'll go to step mode. I'll go all the way to step, the step tab, and turn off my quantize. Like if I'm putting in keyboard, like piano stuff, because I like to keep my stuff sounding close to human as possible when I'm inputting that type of stuff in. If I'm doing pads, if I'm doing hip hop, and again, it just depends on what I'm doing. If I'm doing pads or synth or chords like that, then I'll put the quantize back on. You know what I mean? Because there's no need. But like doing stuff that I want to kind of stick more close to a human feel, I'll turn it off. And then if I want to lock a little bit more closer to the grid, I'll use like the 50% quantize to kind of make it tighter but not as choppy as Quantize, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to you guys. But yeah, that's basically all I have to share with you guys. I didn't want to like take forever, but select all. Okay, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, but for a lot of you guys that are just doing quick beats, I think having your quantize on automatically will help you out and save you a lot of time instead of going in and quantizing each time you put something in. So that's a pretty cool feature. Um, yeah. So that's what we came up with. That's what we came up with. I appreciate you guys for coming out. I had fun showing you guys how this stuff goes, and um, you guys, I've yeah, you guys said a lot of stuff, and and some of you guys that answered a lot of questions to some of those that asked questions on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys as well. You guys are awesome because I wasn't able to get to all the questions, but you guys were helpful, and I appreciate that. Everybody, even some of you guys that are more advanced than others, beginners, everybody. I appreciate you guys for coming hanging out with me. I love you for that. Appreciate it. Until next time, we are on again next Thursday at 11 a.m. All right. Like I said before, I was doing the test before this video. I kind of like this way of doing things. I was able to set up an event. So I'll set up an event for these sessions, and then it will actually be like something on my YouTube channel saying, hey, this event is going to fall on this day and it's going to start at this time, because before I wasn't doing that. But before then I was, because I had another process. Whatever. I'm not going to try to explain all that to y'all, but I appreciate you guys for coming out, hanging out with your boy. I am Ellup. Thanks, KJ, for bringing us to your studio. Absolutely, man. No problem. I got to get up on live streaming. Yes, you do, because you got a lot to share, brother. You got some nice stuff over there, man, and I feel like you could do the same thing, man. Um, yeah. I appreciate you guys. Next time I will still be uploading tutorials here and there or whatever, like just like small videos here and there. But this is the time that I take out to share with you guys live. And if you guys have questions and blah blah blah, and like just like how you saw everybody just going at it, you know what I'm saying? We were able to get it in like this. Everything that you can possibly ask. I'll try to answer them. Today was a little bit different because I was periscoping live, and I have like my iPad dedicated to my stream, so it's like I'm watching two things going on at the same time. So, but anyway, whatever. I appreciate you guys. Visit the website ksound.com. I'm your boy Ellup. All right. Remember, music is art. I said that backwards. Wow. Music is art. You're the artist. I said it right that time. I said it at the same time, both times. All right, anyway, music is art. You're the artist. Picture, picture. Appreciate it. Now let's end this live stream here. Let's end it.